Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt, and today it's time for a little head-to-head, a little one-on-one, mano-y-mano. It's time for the first bourbon skirmish of 2023. What bourbons are going head-to-head tonight? Well, if you looked at the title or saw the thumbnail, then you would already know that. But if you just blindly clicked, then let me go ahead and tell you, you stupid idiot. Today, we're stepping out of Richie Richville and we're going down to the bottom shelf. Maybe not the bottom shelf, but more like what some people would call the poverty line. The poverty line of bourbon. Are we going to be able to pay rent this month? Or are we just going to have to sit here and think about our money problems drinking? What the hell is it? Oh yeah, Old Granddad Bottle and Bond. The next month you do a little better, you sell like one more used car, that commission check rolls in and you're like, babe, put on those red panties because guess what? Old Granddad 114 night. Every time I talk about how good of a budget bottle Old Granddad 114 is, people are like, hey Matt, Old Granddad Bonded is better. And I'm like, you're dumb. You're literally the definition of dumb. And then they unsubscribe from my channel, and then I can't even apologize to them because they're not even around anymore, which really emphasizes the fact that they was dumb. Right from the start, they should have known it. They should have knew it. And then when I told them and they left, they blew it. Stupid idiots. Anyway, today's bourbon skirmish is Old Granddad Bonded versus Old Granddad 114. Will the higher proofed old son of a mother come in and treat this Old Granddad Bonded like its little brother and give it a swirly in the toilet and declare victory? Who knows? Who's to say? Some people say 114 all day. Other people say Bonded is the way. There's only one way to settle this, and it's two old men fighting in a garage in Colorado. And I'm the referee, damn it. Are you ready, old man? Are you ready, old man? Let's get it on. America. Old Granddad Bonded will go in the glass labeled bib for bottled and bond. Too confident, little too confident, too cocky. Air dry. Oh, she's a wet one. Old Granddad 114. That was a sloppy cork pull. America. We'll go in the glass labeled 114. Easy, Porter. You got this. Easy. Easy, boy. Now, like we do, we mix them up. Gotta mix them up. We gotta mix them up. Which one is which? Who knows? Who knows? By the time I'm done mixing these up, nobody will know which one is which. Nobody will know. Nobody will know. Now I've successfully confused myself to the point of not knowing. So let's get into the first glass and get this bourbon skirmish going. If you've never seen an Old Granddad Dizzy, that's probably a good thing. If you ever do see an Old Granddad Dizzy that's not a whiskey, you should probably maybe like get next to that Granddad in case Old Granddad falls. We don't want Old Granddad hitting his head. Especially like hard. Cinnamon, a cinnamon peanut brittle. If they made cinnamon peanut brittle Laffy Taffy, that's what this smells like. Overall, I'm not mad at the nose, especially knowing that the 114 is about $30 and the Bonded is like between $20 and $25. Ooh. Oh wow. That is kind of nice. If there were a corn hard candy, it kind of tastes like a corn hard candy. Like if you had some like creamed corn and then froze it into tiny cubes after you blended it with Splenda and PB2 peanut butter powder and alcohol. It's kind of what that tastes like. I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about it. I would think that a lot of people out there in the world who aren't bourbon snobs like Dan Shook would absolutely love this. I kind of like glass number one. Not like I like it like I need to have it, but I like it like I could have it if it were available and there were nothing else around. I could sit at any bar in the United States of America and talk your ear off. And by talk your ear off, I mean look at you in awkward silence while drinking, like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 ounces of this. It ain't bad, brother. Let's move to glass 2. Glass 2 now in my hand. We must treat glass 2 like we treated glass 1 and swirl it and twirl it and have some fun. Glass 2 smells a little bit more like a permanent marker. Like a cinnamon permanent marker. Permament. It's like a permanent marker. Let's go for a taste of glass number 2. Okay, well, glass number 2 on the palate started off acceptable and then pretty rapidly took the exit ramp towards nutty Grainville. The finish on glass number 2 is gonna be its demise. It started off like, okay, and then it ended like, no way, I'm not interested. Fine, 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 getting bad. Getting bad. Yeah, I am such a bourbon snob. I am Snobby McSnophagus. I am Oscar the Grouch of bourbon. If I could taste this for the first 4 or 5 seconds and then could just stop tasting it, that would be best. Because the second half of what I'm sipping is not something I'm impressed with. As a matter of fact, it's something I'm unimpressed with. And that's not a good sign, especially in the middle of a bourbon skirmish. Back to glass 1. Glass 1 has a more even approach. It's a little more well-rounded. It's a little bit stickier, and the finish doesn't leave me wanting to throw my glass out of anger. Therefore, I'm calling a stop to this bourbon skirmish at 2 minutes and 9 seconds into the second round, declaring the winner by Dr. Stoppage, glass number 1. And it is Old Grandad 114. Old Man 114, congratulations. You have defeated the bonded version of your liquid, and you did it pretty easily. It wasn't much of a fight because your flavors were well-rounded and cinnamony and made me happy, and the bonded version started to make me happy and then threw a shit fit halfway through and finished like a toddler drawing a picture of the Mona Lisa on an Etch-a-Sketch. Not great. In this $30 and under bourbon skirmish, Old Grandad 114 proved to be less nuts and put up less of a fuss than the bonded version. The winner today, Old Grandad 114. You old son of a bitch. So if you're in the market for a $30 and under bourbon and you have your eyes on the bonded and the 114 version of this Old Grandad, then I would suggest you shell out the extra few dollars, pick up the higher proof offering, and enjoy your life more. Thank you for watching. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you come back for the next video. If you don't know when that's going to happen, then neither do I, but the best way to find out is to hit the notification bell, and that thing will ring whenever I post a new video or go live on Friday nights. My name is Matt, this is ADHD Whiskey, and like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on just old granddads and old men, because when I look at this guy on the label, I just figure he's going to tell me stuff that I don't want to hear. He's full of advice and He's a stubborn guy. And he's like, hey, Matt, I used to have to rake the lawn with a 3-pronged fork. And I used to have to bag those leaves inside my mouth and then mulch them myself. I'm sorry, old granddad, that sounds terrible. It wasn't terrible. As a matter of fact, I had it good for a child. You're just a sloppy fat son of a bitch who's lazy and doesn't care about anything except for incognito mode.